All right, Shalom. I want to first start off giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone, the men that taught us this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and peace and blessings to the elect of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are scattered throughout the four corners of the world, who are the Israelites according to the Bible. Okay, this video, I'm going to go into the debt of America, the massive and heavy debt that America is undergoing. You know, the so-called white man who is Esau according to the Bible, he calls it the national debt. You know, you can look up on the Google or any search engine, you can look up the U.S. Debt clock, and it'll basically show you the debt of America. You know, I'll just say it that way. It'll show you the debt of America, and that's in the scriptures. That's in the prophecy. You know. So what I'm gonna do in this video, I'm gonna play a couple of videos, and then I'm gonna speak on them briefly, if the Lord will, and then I'm gonna bring out where this is at in prophecy. And before I do play the videos, you know, us brothers in the know, the brothers over here at Great Millstone, from the apostles, the elders on down, you know, this get brought out often. You know, the destruction of America being in the Bible, and also that America, the heavy debt of America, is written in Bible prophecy, and that's one of the main reasons which is causing this place to fall, is that it can't is not able to. Basically, America is not going to be able to sustain itself because this place is operating on massive debt. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and play these videos, and we can get into it.
Which is exactly what the Senate is supposed to do. But I think as we've done these things, we might have lost sight of the big picture. And so I want to share with you for a minute what the big picture really looks like, because it is not pretty. According to generally accepted accounting principles, that's not the way we run the government, by the way. We don't use real accounting principles. We use all the tricks and smokes and mirrors we can.
So that devil right there, he looked like an Edomite anyway. He telling you straight up that America is corrupt, and they don't even deal with basic accounting principles when dealing with national debt. You know, basically identifying how much national debt have occurred. You know,
this number is indisputable. The unfunded liabilities for the federal government are $127 trillion.
Take that back just a little bit.
Accepted accounting principles. That's not the way we run the government, by the way. We don't use real accounting principles. We use all the tricks and smokes and mirrors we can. This number is indisputable. The unfunded liabilities for the federal government are $127 trillion.
Okay. So I'm gonna get into that word unfunded. I'm not gonna go and look into the word, but so you can understand, unfunded liabilities is guaranteed. Basically, the federal government guarantees to pay out payments in the future, but they're not the money that they're supposed to have set aside for it is already been spent. So when they do pay out, when they do either pay it out or have to pay it out in the future, it's gonna be borrowed money, because the money isn't the money that's supposed to be there isn't gonna be there. Because the government is spending it as we speak. So that'll be your Social Security, your Social Security fund. Money is supposed to be going to a Social Security account, and when a person retires, they're supposed to take the money from that Social Security account to pay them to pay out, senior citizens, if you will, their Social Security benefit. Also your pensions, okay, your pretty much mortgages, because all mortgages now are owned by the government, okay. Student loans. Student loans is pretty much you get your loan, your student loans. You have to the government, you're getting your student loan from the government. They so when you go and get a student loan, that's federal debt. So all this is federal debt. Now I got another video that I want to play, if I can find it. Yeah, it's this video right here.
The original Veridesk was created to replace a cardboard box my colleague used to relieve his pain from sitting all day. Boris Koplikov,
all right, I just remembered something too. When I was on the block, this the GMS Houston camp. We was out on the highways and byways speaking. I had mentioned that I basically mentioned about the national debt. If you look on the U.S. debt clock, it say that we 21 trillion plus in national debt, and I had made the statement. Really, if you factor in the liability, which they term it unfunded liability, okay. When you calculate or add the unfunded liability to the national debt, it could be anywhere from 150 trillion to 200, over 200 trillion, And I had made the statement that life insurance and I believe auto insurance was part of the that unfunded liability, which is not. So I spoke wrong on that. I want to put that out there. So if you do happen to run across that the video when we was out on the highways and byways speaking, and I made the statement that I believe life insurance and auto insurance is part of the unfunded liability, it's actually not, because that's not part of the that's not considered part of the it's not part of the federal debt, okay? Debt or basically money that goes out from the federal government, okay? So I'm gonna play this video.
Economics professor at Boston University. It's a pleasure to have you with us today.
It's great to be with you, and great to be in Russia.
So you're the one who says that America is broke and is even in a worse state than Greece and Ireland. How so? What exactly do you mean by that?
Well, we economists look at all the bills the government has to pay, and in the U.S. case, we have...
Okay, so Esau said it better than I probably explained it. All the bills that the federal government have to pay. Okay? That's how they calculating the U.S. debt. And once he gonna explain it, I'll let the video play.
Enormous bills that have been kept off the books that are not official debts, but they're very real. For example, paying me my social security benefits, my old age pension, that's a real obligation. It's not part of official government debt, but it's, very important because there are 78 million baby boomers are going to get these Social Security payments and, in addition, medical payments from the government. If you look at all those payments, they're about $3 trillion a year. So we have these huge bills. Nobody has thought about paying for them. And Congress and the presidents over the years have just focused on official debt and basically have not told the public about these big bills.
You said the amount of the fiscal gap in the United States is, in your estimation, $222 trillion. Is this right?
$222 trillion. If you take...
This is like an astonishing number, which is like 3 times the world's GDP. This is more than what the world makes.
20 times higher than the official debt in the hands of the public, which is $11 trillion. So if you add all these spending obligations into the distant future, and you compare them with all the taxes, and you include in the spending all the interest payments and principal payments on the debt, on the official debt, you have $222 trillion in present value. Now this is 12% of GDP on an ongoing basis.
Okay, so that's a pretty long video. I just want to play that part of the video. So that guy is a economic specialist, and he basically said that when you factor in all that can be factored in, that from what the government has to pay out, or the bills that the government have to pay, it's over $222 trillion dollars. Okay, now what I want to do is pull up the actual U.S. debt clock. All right. Okay, so all Esau is factoring or tell us that the according to the debt clock, the national debt, or the U.S. debt clock, that the national debt, as you can see, and all of us brothers, we know this, you know, we go into it a lot. The U.S. national debt is over $21 trillion dollars, okay, in debt. Over 21 trillion in debt. But down here at the bottom of the debt clock, it goes into what was being spoke on those videos that I played, okay? Which, as you can see right here, is the U.S. unfunded liabilities, which is the Medicare. They only factoring in Medicare. They didn't put Medicaid up there, the Medicaid expense, but Medicaid should be on there too. Social Security, so they got Social Security, Medicare liability, and then they got liability per taxpayer. So it's telling you they hadn't even factored in everything with this number, but the unfunded liability that you're gonna see on the U.S. debt clock is over 112 trillion. Over 112 trillion. So you factor that number plus the 21 trillion in national debt, plus the interest on all this debt, plus, like I said, they didn't put Medicare on there. They not factoring in. They put it up. They show you the mortgage debt right here, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, right here. Mortgage debt is 15 million. That basically would also fall under unfunded liability, and the student loans can go in there, or it can go under liability. You know, so when you factor, this is a big mess, man. You saw the so-called white man. He has made a great big mess of confusion of massive amounts of debt. You know, you really damn near need an interpreter to break all this down to you. You know, that's why I played those videos. And I'm gonna get the scripture. I'm gonna get a scripture that we bring out dealing with this issue of America falling and losing its power due to its massive debt. It's in Bible prophecy. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6. It says, "Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him?" Talking about the so-called white man, which is this is America is his kingdom, which is a part of NATO and the EU, which makes up the power structure of America, okay? I'm sorry, what makes up the power structure of Esau, the so-called white man, okay? This is his kingdom, this is his empire, America, EU, NATO, that makes up his empire. And the influence that empire has spread throughout the four corners of the earth, all over the planet globe, or planet Earth. So this is Habakkuk 2 and 6 again. "Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his," meaning the so-called white man going all around the planet Earth and stealing the resources and actual land from the nations, okay? And this is the focal point of the verse and of this particular lesson. The end of this verse, it says, I'm going to read that last part again. It says, "Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long?" So how long is the so-called white man going to go around the planet Earth, corrupting the world, robbing the nations of their natural and mineral resources? You know, how long? And his time for doing that is just about up, man. His rulership is over, pretty much. He in the last seconds of his rulership. You so-called white people, starting with your elites, your kingdom is falling. That's why this place is undergoing massive debt. Okay? Because the Most High wrote of it in Bible prophecy through the prophets, that this place was going to be the so-called white man was going to set up a kingdom and rule in thievery and accumulate massive amounts of debt that cannot be paid back, that are not going to be able to be paid back. Okay, how are you going to pay back over 200 trillion in debt? Okay, and this is the last part of the verse. "And to him that laden himself with thick clay," if you look that word thick clay up, I'm not going to get it. If you look the word thick clay up, as it's been brought out many times, it means in the Hebrew, well, how you pronounce it in the Hebrew is ibadyat, and it means heavy debt. Nobody fits this prophecy except the so-called white man in his kingdom. America, okay, America is the place where Esau then basically spread his youth. But basically, America is the place where Esau, the so-called white man, used to spread his philosophy around the planet Earth. Okay? So when you look into all this, if you can't see that America is going down just based on the fact that it's debt, not to mention the money is in debt because the dollar has no value to it. Okay, the dollar is damn near valueless. You're talking maybe 2 to 3 cents on the dollar in value. Okay? We on the brink of third world war. There's no moral fabric here in America. Everything is highly sexualized, and there's nothing but homosexuality and lesbianism running rampant throughout America and all over the world, because Esau has pushed and is still pushing his philosophy, which is democracy, Christianity, homosexuality. Also, his banking system, which is a debt-based, his the way he operates his money, or his monetary system, is based upon debt. We have a debt-based economy. We have a debt-based economy, okay? And I'm saying we, but Esau, his economics is based upon debt, and he's pushed that way on the people. You know, that's part of his philosophy that he's pushed throughout the world. Setting up a central bank that borrows money is a debt base. That'll be a debt based economy, okay? Setting it up that way. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and close out this video. I hope that this was edifying. America is going down. America is on the brink of destruction. Its infrastructure is failing as we speak. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory once again to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakak Kodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. And Shalom.